Thank you and good evening. Diruni told me just to finish in 2 minutes, but I will take 3 minutes. Some of the things that I want to say already said, so I don't have a big issue in 3 minutes. So I'll start from the middle. The gender balance is very important in systematic development of the global economy. However, it requires strategic approach initiated through a national policy framework. In other words, the gender diversity efforts should be made explicit, I say explicit, throughout the decision-making process at all levels. So now let me briefly explain my role in this task. 2 years ago, it was assigned, I was assigned by the UN Secretariat various projects pertaining to the mainstreaming the gender diversity. And as it was mentioned earlier, there were 3 projects actually. The first one is the book that I'm going to present today, that is Mind the Gender Gap in Transport and Logistics, the Sri Lanka and Beyond. And the second one was, it's a comprehensive study about project on enhancing women participation in the freight transport sector in Asia and the Pacific. So that both these were now sanctioned by the UN, and first one is already printed. I have a copy, and the second was in the printing. The third project is to compile a handbook, it was mentioned here, that is to advocate governments, employers and the industry associations about social inclusiveness through promoting gender mainstreaming. So this task was completed last week and presently at the evaluation stage by the UN office. So today I am presenting a copy of the first project to WISTA as a leading association in Sri Lanka working for women. So you can be proud about UN assigning these responsible tasks to Sri Lanka, because that means they are aware that we are doing something better than other countries in the region. Secondly, the first, what I want to see here, my objective is presenting this book to you, is that it is trifaceted actually. This book is a working paper, so therefore the comments from all focus groups are useful to improve it to the next level. So I think the awareness that I create today would be helpful to obtain your valuable comments, and I appreciate if you form a committee and give me your comments at your convenience. I will ensure to give the due recognition to WISTA about your contribution in my next publication with them. Actually, the publisher is UN Secretariat, not me. I am only the author. Secondly, the working paper has been developed as a global document. So when implementing these recommendations at national level, it requires the involvement and blessings by various statutory bodies. So for example, when I mainstream logistics education through incorporating it in the GCE advanced level in the commerce stream, which was the key contributor increasing women undergraduates in Sri Lanka today, in that time I had to convince the Ministry of Education. And when I established the National Day for Logistics in Sri Lanka, I had series of meetings and awareness sessions with the Ministry of Transport, who finally submitted a cabinet paper and made 16th August as the National Logistics Day in Sri Lanka. We are the second country in the world to establish a national day. Similarly, the recommendation pertaining to gender mainstreaming also need the blessing of various government bodies. I am sure you will have the links with them already, rather than me trying to reinvent the wheel. I think since you already have those links, unlike in the previous cases that I had to face. So it will be a good case study if you can work it out. So it can, if it is successfully implemented, these recommendations and achieve desired results, we would share our experience with other countries through the UNSCAP. So WISTA can be happy that you have contributed to build a sustainable shipping industry, because your vision statement says inter alia, empowering women to lead through their unique perspective and competencies, with the conviction that gender diversity is key in providing a sustainable future for the shipping industry. So I think if we get together, we don't have to wait for 132 years. I think you were mentioning the 132 years, so I don't think we have to wait that much. So after all, now we have a document sanctioned by the UN that provides many avenues for you to reach the objectives of WISTA. So we should be able to jointly make this to the next level systematically. So thank you, Diruni, and the rest of the office bearers for giving me this opportunity, and thank all the attendees for listening to me. I think I did it in 4 minutes. So I would like to hand this book to Diruni.